Alright, so I'm going to show how to open up and disassemble this, let's see what model. This is an MSI notebook PC model MS-17C5, okay? So first what you want to do is remove all the screws from the bottom using a PH1 or JIS1 screwdriver. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's another one underneath this, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. All right, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. All right, so once you remove those 12, you probably wouldn't have this sticker here. I think they had it repaired by someone before. So normally you'd have like this white warranty sticker there. All right, and once you remove those 12 stickers, or the screws, sorry, what you want to do is turn it around, have this facing up so that you can see here, and you'll want to use your fingernails or a pry tool to get between this red and black layer. Okay, just get your fingernails in there, and what I do is I use my fingernails to pull on it while I push with my thumb on the bottom, just like this. Okay, you want to be careful with the little LED things there, so I just usually go around those. And then you don't want to lift on the side with the headphone jacks because the headphone jacks actually stick out into the plastic. So once you get the front done, you want to go around to this side, okay? Just continue doing the same thing, just like that. Go around to the back, and same thing, you want to pry underneath there, okay? And then just go all the way around. It might be a little difficult for you to get this out, the back piece, but once you get that all out, you can lift the cover up at an angle like this and kind of wiggle it as you pull it, all right? And that's how you remove the bottom cover, all right? So there we go. I am going to clean this off. It looks like they had a spill or something in here at some point. But anyways, that's how you remove the bottom cover. This one is having a hard drive issue or an SSD issue, so we're going to be replacing it. This is a 2.5-inch SATA hard drive or SSD. So this is what's having issues on their computer. So we're going to take out the 2 screws here that's holding the SSD in place. Right, once you remove those 2 screws, you can use this pull tab to pull the hard drive or SSD back. You do have to lift it up slightly to get over this speaker. And then we have to transfer this metal bracket over. There's only 2 screws holding it to the bottom of the hard drive. Alright, you want to be careful because the battery is still connected here, so you don't want to accidentally drop anything metal on the main board or you can fry it. Okay. So we're going to set the SSD aside and we're going to get the replacement one. Okay, get the replacement. You can actually also put in a M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD, which is a lot faster. I didn't have one on hand, so the customer told me to just put what I have right now so they can have a working computer, and then we'll order the other faster SSD and copy everything over afterwards. Okay, so we're just putting that back in. There we go. Once you get those screws in, you can put this new SSD or hard drive in place. Just get it, slide it in. Alright, push it in place, and then plop that down. Okay, just like that. And then we put these 2 screws in. Alright, and tighten them down. So I'm going to see if I can go over some of the connectors that are here without damaging anything. Okay, you got the speaker connector here. These speakers, they are connected together by a wire there, and they do just come out just by lifting them up like this, okay? So when you lift them, you want to be careful. To remove this, you kind of just grab it, and then you kind of just wiggle the connector as you pull it, and it'll pop out just like that, okay? You don't want to just pull straight back, because sometimes the force will be too much, and you can rip this connector off the board. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there. Anyways, here you can see there's the trackpad buttons, or is that for the lights? This might be for the buttons and the lights, and then you got the trackpad cable here. These cables, they come out with these little latches. You just flip them up, and then you can pull the cable out. I'm going to leave them in there. If you want to see how it's done, you can watch my older videos. I show that in almost every video I do. Then you got the 2 USB ports on the SD card slot here. It is connected with a cable as well, basically the same idea as these, but there is tape covering it. Then you got the wireless card, 1 screw holding it down, it just pops up. You can pull these out. There's 2 sticks of RAM here, so you get them out just by pushing these 2 tabs to the side, just like that. It pops up at an angle, and once it's at an angle, you can pull it out. This is 16 gigs DDR4 2666. Okay, so if you wanted to replace the RAM, that's the type of RAM you would use. I think this looks like it's upgraded, so it probably didn't come with 16 gigs originally in the, well, I guess it's 32 gigs since there's two 16 gig slots. Alright, then you got two SSD slots. Actually, some will have three SSD slots. So it looks like this is a PCIe SSD slot, and then there's also another PCIe slot here, and then there's a M.2 SATA slot that on some models it looks like it'll have it, but this one looks like there's no slot here. They left it off. Okay, then you got the fan connector here. Hey, I'm gonna have to clean it up. It's pretty dusty. You got the DC jack connector here. It looks like to remove this, you just remove the screws here and you have to lift the hinge up and then you can take it out. You got the other fan connector here. The CPU and GPU are soldered to the board, so you can't upgrade them. If you take it out, make sure you're gonna have to redo the thermal paste, so try and avoid taking these out unless your computer's like really badly overheating. But if it is, I would recommend checking the fans, blow some air in here, and clean out the dust first before you take this off. Okay, you got the Cmos battery. The keyboard and keyboard backlight cables are underneath on the other side of the board, so you can't take it out unless you take the whole motherboard out. I'm not going to do that. The battery looks like there's just this one screw here. Probably should have mentioned that first, but the battery comes out just like that. You rotate it up and it just unlatches from there. So I'm going to leave the battery in, but oh, let's see if there's a model number here. So battery model number is BTY-M6H, okay? I don't know if you can, BTY-M6H, okay? So there you go. All right, I'm going to put this back in, and I'm going to put the screw back in. Usually after you remove the battery, you want to press and hold the power button for about 10 to 15 seconds to drain any power on the board to prevent any damage to the components. The main thing, if you're going to remove the LCD or Lvds connector, this one, you really want to disconnect the battery, make sure it's not plugged in, press and hold the power button 10 to 15 seconds. If you don't do that, there's a good chance that you can damage the screen, this cable, or even the board, the circuit of the board. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. Everything else seems to be soldered. I don't know if there's anything on the other side of the board. The customer just wanted me to replace the SSD, so I'm not going to start ripping up stuff that I don't need to because there's some risk involved and I don't want to risk damaging such an expensive computer. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is in here. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, like and subscribe, help others find my videos. Thank you for watching. And as far as putting the thing back together, you put it the same way you took it out at that angle. But I am going to have to clean this out first. Actually, let me pause. I'll clean that and then I'll come back and show how to put the cover back on. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, I'm back. So I cleaned out the dust. So what you want to do, find the side with the headphone jacks. You want to put that on at an angle like this. All right, let me see if I can kind of show that. So you want the headphone jacks to kind of go in. Oh, I don't know how I'm going to show this. Let me just do that first so I can show it. Okay, so you get it in an angle to get the clips to go in. And then while you're holding this, you can drop it down. Let's see, can I do it this way? Hopefully you can see. There you go. So you put it at an angle, get the clips in. All right, you want to make sure all the side clips go in, and then as you rotate it, it should stay with the headphone jacks into the slots like that. Sorry, there you go. Then you just go around and clip everything back in. Okay, just like that. And then you can put all the screws back in. Make sure all the clips go back down. Okay, some of the back clips don't seem to want to re-clip. You do have to, I guess they just don't clip, or maybe the clips are broken. Okay, so anyways, that's how that goes. All right, and then we just put the screws back in. All right, just put all 12 screws back in. One thing I forgot to mention, on the bottom here, there's a battery reset little hole. You can use a needle or a small paper clip that's like unfolded, and you can use that if your computer's having issues turning on. Sometimes you can press and hold that button for about 10 to 15 seconds, and that will reset the BIOS and get the computer turning back on. Depends on what caused the problem, but sometimes that can help. I rarely will use that button for anything, but I've seen it help on a lot of Lenovo laptops where it'll have issues, it doesn't turn on anymore, and sometimes pushing that button will help. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, like and subscribe, help others find my videos. Thank you for watching. You're welcome to stay till I finish putting back the rest of the screws, but that's pretty much all there is. Alright, let's put back the last screw here, under this hidden thing, and then the last 4 at the bottom. Just like that. Alright, just like that. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay. Bye.